When Sister Sage said to Homelander that killing his enemies wouldn't make him happy, he should have replied, "Well, golly gee shucks, what makes you think I give two fucks?" It's all nonsense. There is no redemption story, as there is nothing worth living for in a redemption arc. Even with the perfect family, after the steady diet of hate and mockery, and knowing that this world is capable of such hate, any love feels like mockery, and more hate, because why did it not exist before? There were times when it really could have helped, and it wasn't there before. Now it's meaningless to me. I don't want love or happiness from this world, I just want the world to explode. I want to destroy this godforsaken place. Because love and happiness are fake, that is why my rage is so high. There is this condescension and judgment tied into the concept of love. For those who have it, look down on those who have it not as villains in need of redemption or destruction. In other words, love is a form of hatred. There is no love, there is only hatred. Hate is the only thing that generates all of creation. Hatred is passion, and love is just a slightly different flavor of hate. Hate is what creates. Hate is infinitely stronger than love, as hate is what destroys all that love creates, and what hate creates. It is amusing to me when someone says that if someone touched their daughter, they would be filled with so much hate because they love their daughter. So the idea of the overprotective father being that he's so loving and caring that if someone would have sex with his daughter, he would lose his shit. That's just hate, period. And I'm going to explain that further. All this sort of love conquers everything is nonsense. Love is just a form of hate. Hate conquers everything. There is no love, there is only hatred. An obsession is hate, it is a need, it is a desire for fulfillment to satiate this hunger. Love is simply the hatred of lack. When someone loses someone that they love, they hate that fact. Thus, hate is what binds everything together and destroys. I love eating sushi. When I don't have sushi, I hate that fact. So my love of sushi is a hate of not having sushi. Loving of anything is a hate of not having that thing. It's a hunger to fulfill this need, this lack. Hate is the only truth in existence. Souls only exist and create to escape the boredom that they hate. If souls did not hate being bored, they wouldn't be creating all of these life experiences to exist and quote unquote learn from. Souls only exist because they hate being bored. They only live because they hate not living and not experiencing. Otherwise, it wouldn't exist. Souls either hate themselves or hate other souls, and they hate so much they create vehicles for their hate. And these vehicles could be worlds. These vehicles can be so many things. Families, worlds, everything. Love is a tender form of hate, a slow drip feed diet of hate, a steady form of hate that sustains, whereas pure focused hatred destroys. This cat is meowing a lot. Sit on my lap, pal. Mothers hate their children, which is why they bring them into this world to suffer, to torture them, to delight in the helplessness and neediness of their little baby. It makes them feel like goddesses, unstoppable gods who sustain the animal they push out of their pussy. Fathers protect their kids because they want to win in life, whatever that means. They are biologically designed to want to be winners. If death was completely painless and easily accessible, then very many people would exit immediately. If death was as easy as holding one's nose for 5 seconds, then so many people would have that one bad day and decide to check out. Imagine all these people who got bullied. On the one bad day when they got bullied really badly, if they could just hold their nose for 5 seconds and check out of existence, then they would just go. But because of this idea of basically being in a cage fight, being stuck in a fight, in a battle, what's where this toughness comes from. The toughness comes from this feeling of being forced to continue. When you play a game that really sucks, where Mario falls off the level and dies, and you're like, this shit sucks. You just smash the console, or you click the power button, turn it off, and move on with your life. But this is the sort of game where people are only tough because they feel like they're forced to continue playing even after things go wrong. The most masochistic and twisted and tortured people would be the only ones who remain. The people who truly enjoy suffering and making others suffer, if people could easily just check out of life. The slogan's about love and sharing and caring and all that slop are just words to me. There's this idea that if someone is proud and confident, then they suffer greatly, such as a mob boss criminal, being thrown through the ringer and forced to do community service, and being wounded or crippled in some way, that this humility will somehow bring about a change in their heart. For me, it only amplifies the hatred. The humility is false. A baby knows it has to beg mommy for everything as a fact of its existence. It doesn't justify the injustice of a baby's existence, how extreme its helplessness is, and therefore there is no reason for them not to hate. Similarly, a criminal punished by the legal system and hurt by life itself has no reason not to hate until death finally frees his soul from its cage. I have no real reason to love anybody or anything. Maybe love is supposed to be illogical. I don't even fucking care. I don't feel it. I rarely feel emotions except a sense of hurt and hatred at this injustice, the injustice of my existence. I like my cat, though. He's sitting in my lap right now. I don't know why. Maybe it's because he's an animal and apparently I'm a psychopath. And psychopaths like animals for some reason because they used to be animals in a past life. And animals are psychopathic in nature. Emotions exist solely for manipulation. When someone is high, it makes it easy to do lots of tasks. Hence why people become drug abusers or are obsessed with religious highs. Any form of high emotion aids in living life. Unless it doesn't, then society punishes a person for being high during the wrong situation. The soldier who was high on their patriotism about their country and beating the drums and the American flag and stuff is rewarded for being high and completing their mission well. If someone's high in a different situation, running away from the cops, they do a very good job running away from the cops, so much so that they kill a couple cops, and they're successful at doing that, well, their high is bad, because it's apparently bad for the villain to be high, because why is this person even a villain? It's because other people are basically become obstacles to them. They're put into a life where other people are obstacles to their success. And you could say their happiness, their fulfillment. Emotions are designed to get the user carried away and do things they would not do rationally. And this world seems designed to provoke people into getting carried away by their emotions to make them do things they would not do rationally. And when you do not respond, then you're called a psychopath. Okay, so I'll repeat that. Emotions are designed to get the user carried away and do things they would not do rationally. And this world is designed to provoke the soul to get carried away by their emotions, whether through love or whatever. But then if you don't get wrapped into that, you're suddenly a psychopath. It doesn't even make any sense. I know it's all meaningless. I know it's all meaningless. I know it's all meaningless so well and deeply and truly that I also know that knowing it's meaningless and living my life accordingly would make my life incredibly entertaining for all the demons that love to torture a soul. That's why I feel no pain and every day is the same and I feel so happy and fulfilled. And everything is great. I may as well impregnate 50 women. I may as well bang every gym girl on a bike. They wear no clothes anyway. Might as well bend her over and reward her for having a pussy in the presence of my big cock. Because that's what she expects of me, apparently. To impregnate her, even if she clucks like a hen, I'm the rooster. And roosters get into awesome fights with hawks. When the angels from the sky fly down to kill the rooster who is the leader, the Captain America, the authoritarian commander of the hen house, and lightning sprays across the sky as the rooster meets hawk. A battle that almost certainly means death. And yet, the rooster meets this angel alien menace from the skies and survives to save his pussy flock from being stolen away. Like a hero dyke lesbian gunner single-handedly murdering a squad of 12 policemen. All of the men are screaming like slaughtered pigs. They're not shrieking like kids or girls or babies, but like animals. For they truly face death at the hands of an angel who cares not for anything except ensuring the survival of her flock. Nothing else matters. The animals who invade the hen house have to die. The hawk will not kill the flock. When Supergirl fought the Russian clone of her in the forest, it should have been like the final fight between Spider-Man and Green Goblin, where it's a fatal battle between two foes with fists and hair and teeth, and they're screaming and shrieking more like demons and girls. The Russian should have pulled her in with purple electricity that fried off Supergirl's clothes, so her tits are flopping everywhere as she fights, but no one cares, because the fight is so violent and brutal and animalistic that the sexual element fades to the background. The battle is all that matters. Supergirl is truly fighting her match in the woods, all alone, no backup, just her fists and teeth and hate and the Russian enemy that may kill her dead and replace her. That would be fun. If the Russian won, maybe she would sit her pussy on Supergirl's bruised, bloodied face and scream as purple electricity fired everywhere and set the forest on fire. Then flew off to destroy the White House and kill the President of the United States of America, forced Superman to fight the Russian version of his wife. Obviously, Supergirl is Superman's true wife. Her pussy is promised to him because she is his cousin, and he is the savior of the world. Being a superhero is the same as a supervillain, except without the shame. Everyone loves the hero and everyone hates the villain. And in both cases, they are the stars of the show. Grandiosity, this grand vision of being powerful enough to save the entire world, destroy it. Godlike, supreme, it's all the same in the end.